In this video, we're going to go through on Chun Public School End of Year Examination 2024 Mathematics Primary 5 Paper 2. So let's get started on question number 1. So the figure is made up of 3 squares. One square is divided equally into 4 triangles. What fraction of the figure is shaded? Express your answer. Okay, so in this case, what we can do is we also can split this up as well. All right. So one square is basically four triangles, equally divided triangles. So that means in this case over here, right? Okay. So you can say total triangles is equal to 3 squares times 4 equal to 12. All right. Then shaded triangles is equal to 3. So that means fraction of shaded is 3 out of 12, or in this case 1 out of 4. There you go. Okay, so that's the answer. Answer is 1 out of 4. Okay, so you divide 3 from this over here. So if I were to do this, okay, divide by 3, and then this 12, oops, 12 over here, divide by 3 as well, in this case as well. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 2. It says here in the figure below, W exact is a straight line and exact is equal to ZY. What is the area of the triangle W exact? So in this case, we know ZY and W exact is the same. So we're going to put here as 12 centimeter as well. Here, right? In this arrow. Okay, so this is also 12, right? So then I think we can calculate lah, right? In this case, all right. So that means base of triangle is equal to 35 minus 12, which is 23. Okay, use our calculator, right? So 35 minus 12 is 23. Then height of triangle is, in this case, 12 over here, right? 23 centimeter, height is 12 centimeter. So area of triangle is equal to half times base times height, which is equal to half times 23 times 12. Okay, and this is equal to, so 0.5 is just half, multiplied by 23 multiplied by 12, 138, okay, centimeter square. There you go. So that's the answer, 138. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 3. Okay, so Peter had 3 times as many pens as City. They had 228 pens altogether. How many pens did City have? So Peter has 3 times, that means 3 units. City has 1 unit. So total is equal to 3 plus 1 equal to 4 units. So 4 units is equal to 228. Okay, and then 1 unit is equal to, not 229, 228, 228, and then we divide it by 4, right? So let's use the calculator. 228 divided by 4, this will be 57. So CT is 1 unit, therefore the answer should be 57. Okay, quick math. Let's move on to question number 4. Okay, so it says here 7 liters of juice was poured in 8 bottles equally. How much juice was there in each bottle? Leave your answer as a fraction or a mixed number. Okay, so 8 bottles is equal to 7 liters. So 1 bottle is equal to 7, and then we divide it by 8. Okay, so 7 divided by 8 is 0.875. 0.875. Okay. So what is 0.875? Okay, so note. uh so if you can remember this lah, right? So in essence, leave your answer as a fraction was 4 into 8, 7 liters. Okay. Uh Basically, can I just put 7 over 8? Oh yes, yes, I can. 7 over 8. Okay, that's all. Nothing much. Right? Okay, I thought I had to do something. Okay, so it's basically this lah, right? Nothing much, nothing new, right? Like this, okay? 7 over 8 liters. All right, thank goodness, right? Yeah, I think, wow, so simple. Okay, let's move on to question 5. All right, question 5. 20 cones were placed equal distance apart along all four sides of a rectangular field. The diagram below shows the arrangement of cones along two sides of the rectangular field. The breadth of the rectangular field is 24 meters. Okay, find the length of the rectangular field. So we know that there is one, two, and in this case, three gaps. So that's what I'm gonna do. So in between, there are medium. This is three gaps. So since three gaps is equal to 24 meters, one gap is equal to 24 divided by 3. Okay, this will give us 8 meters. Okay, so now we know one gap is 8 meters. So uh, since we have 4 and 4 cones left, is equal to 20 minus 4 minus 4 is equal to 12 cones, right? So the thing is that what is how many cones are there on each side for the length? So one number of cones is equal to number of cones in one length is equal to 12 divided by 2 plus 2, which is the corner cones. Okay, so 12 divided by 2 is 6 plus 2. This will give us 8. Okay, 8 cones. So one cone, so one length is one cone. So length will be no. So number of cones is 8 cones, and then 8 cones, right? So we know that 4 cones is, so 8 cones will be how many gaps? 8 minus 1 equal to 7 gaps. All right, so then 7 gaps will then be equal to 7 times 8 is 56 meters. So the answer is 56 meters. Alrighty, that's it. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question 6. Okay, so it says here the table below shows the charges for a photocopier service. First 100 copies, 7 cents per copy. Above 100 is 4 cents per copies. So Murali printed, so part A, Murali printed 98 copies. How much did he pay? Right, so pretty much it's just 7 times 98. Okay, that's about it, right? Data. Okay, so wait we need money. So 7 cents is equal to $0.07. Okay, so then one copy is equal to, right, $0.07. Oops, and then yeah, 98 copies, okay, is equal to 98 multiplied by 0.07. Okay, 98 multiplied by 0.07. Okay, and this is $6.86. 6.86 in this case over here. Okay, let's move on to the next part B. So Amina printed some copies and paid $8.12 for the photocopying services. How many copies did she print? Okay, so first 100 copies. Right, so let's do first 100 copies. Right, so we can do this route as well. So oops, one copy Okay, or no lah, just do this. First 100 copies is basically $7. I can know this. Wow. Okay, 98. So it's not 98, but just 100 multiplied by this is equal to $7. Okay, so remaining is equal to dollars 8. No, no. Just 8.12 minus 7 is equal to 1.12. So what is one? So remaining paid, yeah, dollars 112. So remaining copies is equal to 1.12, and then we divide it by 0.04. So in this case, I'm just gonna put here as 4 cents is equal to dollars 0.04. Okay, from here we can see 1.12 divided by 0.04. This will be 28 copies. So then the total will be 100 plus 28 will be 128. That's it. So the answer to this 128 copies. All right, let's move on to question number 7. It says here the graph below shows the number of coins Jack had in his piggy bank. Number of 50 cents is not recorded. Half of the total number of coins Jack had are 50 cents. So how much money did Jack have in the piggy bank? Right. So total is okay lah. So half of coins is equal to 50 cents. Then half of coins is 10 cents plus 20 cents plus dollars one. Okay, so we also need to calculate what all of these are. So in this case, there's two gaps which equal to 10. Then I'm gonna just put here as well. So that means one gap is equal to 10, right? And then we divide it by 2. This will be 5 coins in this case. Okay, why not I just do this? There you go. So now we have 10 cents. 10 cents is 35. Okay, 35 coins. 20 cents is 45 coins. Okay, and then $1 is just 40 coins. Okay, so that means how the coins is all of this other half of this. Okay, is equal to, which is I would say number of 50-cent coins, right? So number of 50-cent coins, okay, number of the 10-cent coins plus number of 20-cent coins plus, I'm gonna put this, now I'm just gonna squeeze it like this, whoops, or I don't need because I have a lot of space. Number of $1 coins, okay, right? So I'm gonna expand this. Dollars one coins, which is basically 35 plus 45 plus 40. This is 80 plus 40, which is 120. So let me double check with the calculator. 35 plus 45 plus 40, which is 120. Okay, so we know that we have 120 coins. So that means number of 50-cent coins is equal to 120. So 50 cent, 50 cent value is equal to 120 multiplied by 0.5, which is, if I'm not wrong, $60. 0.5, $60. Okay, so total 50 cent value, then total 10 cent value is equal to 35 times 0.1, which is dollars 3.5. Okay, total, then this is 20 cent value, right? So I'm just gonna put this 20, in this case 45 times 0.2, this will be dollars 9. Okay, double check again. So 35 multiplied by 0.1, okay, good. Then 45 multiplied by 0.2, good. And then you have $1. I think the $1 is the easiest, right? So dollars one value is basically 40 times 1 is equal to dollars 40. So total value is equal to 60 plus 3.5 plus 9 plus 40, 112, 12.5, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so if let me double check. 60 plus 3.5 plus 9 plus 40, 112, correct. So the answer is $112.50. Okay, there you go. All right, let's move on to other half number of coins. Okay, let's move on to question number 8. So question number 8 says, Gina had 3.6 liters of water in a jug. She poured the water in identical cups with some water left in the jug. Each cup had a capacity of 280 milliliters. What's the greatest possible number of cups that she could fill completely? So we can convert 3.6 3.06 liters is equal to 3.06 times 1000 equal to, so 3.06 multiplied by 1000. Okay, this is 3060 milliliters. Right, so number of cups right filled is equal to 360 divided by 280. Right, so we divide by 280. This will give us 10.9. Okay, 10.9 dot dot dot, and then this should be 10 cups lah. Okay, so the answer to this is just 10 cups. All right. Okay, let's move on. What was the amount of water left in the jug? Okay, so in this case, we have 10 cups. So what I call it, volume of all cups filled is equal to 10 times 280, which is 2800 milliliters. So water left is equal to 3060 and then minus 2800. Okay, this will then give us 360 minus 2800, 260 milliliters. So that's the answer, 260 milliliters in this case. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 9. Okay, so 9 part A, Rosna spent $739.50 on some pillows and towels. She bought 3 more pillows than towels. A pillow cost $22.50 and a towel cost $9.50. So find the cost of 3 pillows. Okay, so the 3 pillows, one pillow is equal to, oops, right, dollars 22.50, and then 3 pillows, whoops, 3 pillows is equal to, all right, in this case 3 times 22.5, which is equal to 67.5. Okay, 22.5 multiplied by 3, $67.5, 67.50. Okay, that's it, $67.50. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next part. How many towels did she buy? Okay. So this is what I call the number times value concept, number X concept. Okay. So what do we do is, because we know in this case from the question, it says, okay, she bought 3 more pillows, right? She bought 3 more pillows than towels. That means if minus 3 pillows, number of towels and number of pillows are the same. Okay, all right. Okay, so from there what we can do is we can just minus. So $739.50. So 739.50 minus 67.50. Okay, so what would this become? Where's my calculator? 739.5 minus 67.5 is equal to $600 672, right? So in this case, one group, right, is equal to, actually this is a grouping concept lah. Grouping concept. Okay, so one group is equal to $22 plus 22.5, which is one towel plus one pillow and one towel, pillow plus one towel, okay, which is equal to 22.5, okay, 22.5 plus 9.5. Am I right? Let me do, okay, correct. So this will be $32 if I'm not wrong. $32. Double check 0.5 and then plus 9.5, 32. Okay, so number of groups, okay, is equal to 672 divided by 32, right? So 672 divided by 32, okay, this will give us 21. So how many towels did she buy? 21 ah. 21 towels. Okay, so the answer is 21. 21 towels in this case over here. Okay, so yeah, so total without without 3 towels. Okay, and then this is what is it. Okay, all right. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So that's part B. 10. Question 10. In the figure below, EFG is an equilateral triangle. EFG is an equilateral triangle, and GH is equal to FH. Find it. E, F, where is it? Where's E? Where's E? Oh, E, F, and H. So we know that this and this are parallel. I mean, same length. Sorry. So that means, triangle, HGF or GHF is equal to is an isosceles triangle. Okay, gonna leave it at this. Okay, so triangles. Okay, so that means EFH. So we know EFH. So HFG. So angle. Sorry, I'm like HFG is equal to basically 180, right? Bracket 180. Okay, minus 124, and then we divide it by 2. Divide by 2. So this will be 60, 60, 50, 56 divided by 2. This will give us 28 degrees. So I see over here. Okay, let's double confirm. So let's use our calculator. 180 minus 124, and then this will be 56 divided by 2. This will be 28. Great. So this means that this is 28 degrees. All right, so I see over here in both sides. All right. Okay, so we know this 80, 28 degrees, and at the same time, we know that it's an equilateral triangle. So, how am I going to do this? But yeah, this whole thing is 60 degrees. So I'm going to put this as red so I can distinguish which is which. Alrighty, so 60 degrees, and this is red. There you go. So now we can find angle EFH. Angle EFH is equal to 60 minus, 28, and this will become 32 degrees. Degrees. There you go. So that's the answer, 32 degrees. Right? So double confirm, 60 minus 28, 32 degrees. Okay, so let's move on. In the figure below, WXYZ is a trapezium and WX equal to ZY. Parallel. Okay, so find X, okay, so WZ. So, sorry, XWZ. So this one and this one. Okay, so that means in this case, I think pretty straightforward. Angle, I'm just gonna put equal 180 minus 117. So, trapezium. So angles on opposite sides, not opposite, adjacent sides, um, uh, equal to 180 degrees. Right, so adjacent sides, parallel, parallel, equal to 180. Okay, so 180 minus 17. Okay, this will become 60, 70, 63, 63 degrees. That's what you see over here. So that's the answer lah. This is 63 degrees. Wow, pretty straightforward. Let's move on to the next question. Question 11. So Mei Yan drew a triangle ABC. That's what I see over here, and it's quite great. Triangle BCD is an isosceles triangle with an area that is twice the area of ABC. Okay, draw triangle BCD on a triangle above such that triangle BCD does not overlap with triangle ABC. So technically, if so in this case, triangle ABC is equal to half times base times height, which means half times. Okay, so in this case, this is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 units, and then arrow, this will be 2 units, right? U, so in this case, the base is 6, and then the height is 2. That will give us 6, right? So for triangle triangle BCD, so since this is says twice the area, right? So that means we will just have this 4 lah. Okay, in this case, so this will be 6 and 2, this is 6, right? This will be 12, right? Twice red color, twice the height. Okay, so if you want to have twice the area, you just can either double the height or base. Okay, so I'm gonna put like this. Okay, all right, if you want to this, you do this. Okay, since the base is the same, BC, so we double the height. Okay, something like this. So I'm gonna put a red rectangle as well. Okay, one more. Okay, red rectangle. What is it over here? So this one also put it here. Okay, like this. Okay, so that means for this we will have 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 units. 4 units. All right, to make the new point. Okay, so from here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me put a circle over here so it's easier to see. So now C and D is like this, black, and then same goes for here as well. There you go. Okay, so that's the answer. All right. Okay, let's move on to B. Like that. Okay lah. Okay, sure. Okay, let's move on to B. Mei Yan drew. Whoops. Mei Yan drew another triangle X in a square grid as shown below. Draw a parallelogram with the same parameter as X. Label the parallelogram Y. Okay, so parallelogram, we need to know what's the parameter. So um, parameter of X is equal to so if you see X over here, I'm going to draw the line. I'm going to put this as orange. So 1 2, right, diagonal thing. Okay, and then we have this as well. So I'm going to put this as green. Okay, so in this case we have 1 2, right? So parameter of X is 6 straight lines plus, which is this now let me just zoom in so I can, 6 straight lines, right? Okay, and then plus 2 plus 2 slanted lines. So that means in this case we draw exactly the same, so you can do this lah, 1, and then you can do this 2 as well, like this. Okay, so we need 6 straight lines. So yeah, you have 1. Oh, okay, so you have 1, so 2. Okay, 1 2 and then 3. Oops, 3. Okay, then you can move the slanted line below like this, and then you have 3 as well, so like this. Okay, okay, there you go. Oh my god. So so annoying. And this is why, right? This is why. Okay, so that means yep, this over here, like this slanted lines. So that means parallelogram is one side is equal to 3 straight line plus one slanted line. In this case over here, one slanted line. It's annoying, but it is what it is. Okay, there you go. So that's it. Okay, let's move on to question number 12. Okay, question number 12. He says here, Madam Lee had 480 beads. 45% of her beads were blue and the rest were red. She used 105 red and blue beads to make a necklace. 60% of the remaining beads were red. How many red beads did she have at first? Okay, so basically total is equal to 480, and then percent, so red beads, right? uh Blue beads percentage is equal to 45%. So about red beads percentage is equal to 100 minus 45, which is 55. Double check with the calculator. 100 minus 45, this will be 55. Great. Okay, then we know it's 55%. So what will be the red beads? Is equal to 480 times 55%. Okay, so 480 multiplied by 55%. Okay, this will give us 264. Okay, which is the answer, 264. All right, let's move on to the next one. How many red beads did she use? Okay, so that means she used 105 total of red and blue beads, right? So that means remaining is equal to 480, right, minus 105. Okay, and this will then become, right, okay, yeah, 375. Okay, so in this case, 480 minus 105, this will be 375. in this case over here. So how many is the red beads? 60% of the beads were red. So red beads remaining is equal to he 375 times 60%, okay, is equal to what is this, multiply by 60%, this will become 225. Okay, so red beads remaining 225, so red beads used is equal to 264 minus 225, and this will be 264 minus 225, 39. There you go. So the answer is 39. Okay, very good. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 13. So Zi Wei earns $2,400 each month. Rich, he spends some of his salary and saves the rest. The line graph below shows the amount of money he saved each month. So each month he saves an amount of money. Oh, not bad. Okay, which one did Wei spend the most amount of money? So from here we can say if, if spend most, you spend a lot, save very little. So that means spend most equal to save least. Okay, so from this graph, where do you think he saved the least? I think you can see lah. From here, the answer is January. So you just put January, yay! All right, so let's move on. What fraction of his monthly salary did he save in March? Give your answer in the simplest form. Okay, so in March over here is $2,000. Okay, dollars 2,000. Not 200, 2,000. That's a lot. So what is the fraction? So March is equal to 2,000 divided by 2,400. Okay, 2,000 and then we divide 2,400. Okay, in this case over here, so we can simplify this. It's equal to 20 out of 24. We divide by 2. Okay, 10 of 12. Okay. Okay, now we just put 20 out of 24. Whoops. Just put equal to 20 out of 24. Divide by 4. Then it should be equal to 5 out of 6. So what should I save? 5 out of 6. In this case over here. So I draw a line, then draw a line, right, and then draw a line. There you go. So this one divide by 4. Okay, same goes to here. Okay, and then make it small like this. Okay, so yeah, we can cancel these two zeros as well as over here. Okay, so the answer to this is 506. Okay, pretty straightforward. Let's move on. What percentage of his monthly salary did he spend in May? Okay, give your answers to the correct nearest 1%. Okay, 1% in May. So let's go to May over here. Okay, so we need to find the gaps, right? So I believe we can know the gaps. All right, so this is one gap, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 5 gaps is equal to 500. One gap is equal to 500 divided by 5. This is equal to $100. There we go. Dollars 100 in this case. Okay, so spends in May. Let me just put the line of May over here. Put red so it's easier to see. So this is before 1,500. So this should be 1,400. 1,400. That's what I see over here. Okay, so May he save in this case $1,400. 1,400. So me spend is equal to 2,400 minus 1,400 is equal to $1,000. So he spends $1,000. So how much is the percent, right? Me spend percent, which is equal to 1000, and then we divide it by 2400, and then multiply by 100%. Okay, what would this be? So 1000 divided by 2400, and then you multiply by 100 lah. Okay, 41.666, 41.666 dot dot dot, and this will then become, so nearest 1% is basically the nearest whole number. So I'm gonna put curly 42%. There you go. So the answer is 42%. Okay, let's move on to question number 14 over here. Okay, so says here Mr. Tan had some yellow and pink balloons. The ratio of number of yellow balloons to the number of pink balloons is 2 is to 5. There were 36 more pink balloons than yellow balloons. How many pink balloons are there? So yellow is equal to 2 units. Okay, and then pink is equal to 5 units. So difference is equal to 36, right? And then difference in units is equal to 5 minus 2 is equal to 36. Sorry, 3 units. So that means this is 3 units equal to 36, and then 1 unit is equal to 36 divided by 3. This will give us 12. Not 1 to 1, 12. So how many is the pink? So 5 units is equal to 5 times 12, 60. So the answer to this is 60. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Part B. Part B. So Mr. Tan gave away 50 pink balloons. Bye bye. Find the ratio of the number of yellow balloons to the number of pink balloons in the end. So gave away 50 pink balloons. So that means balloons. So pink remaining is basically 60 minus 50. This is equal to 10. So ratio of yellow is to pink. So yellow still remains the same. So I haven't calculated yellow. So yellow is equal to 2 units. 2 times 12, which is 24. So yellow over here is 24, and then pink is 10, right? In this case over here, so we can just divide by 2 lah, right? In this case, so the common factor is 2 in each case, so that means it's 12 to 5. Oops. Finally, yeah. Okay, 12 is to 5. So what is it over here? Okay, there you go. So the answer to this is 12 is to 5. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 15. All right, so question number 15 says a rectangular tank measuring 45 centimeters by 18 centimeters by 31 centimeters was filled with 18.8 liters of water. When three identical wooden blocks were added in the tank, 620 million liters of water overflowed from the tank. What is the volume of the wooden block over here? Okay, so the was filled with 18.8 liters of water. So this is 18.8 liters of water, right? Okay. So now we need to know what is the full capacity. Okay. Full volume of tank is equal to length times breadth times height, right? So for me, I always like to put this down. So it's a good refresher. 45 times 18, right? Times 31. Okay, let's use the calculator in this case. So 45 multiplied by 18 multiplied by 31. This will give us 25,110. 25,110 centimeter cube over here. Okay, so let's convert this into liters. 25,110 centimeter cube is equal to what's the volume of one side? Okay, actually no need. Okay, so then 18.8 liters is equal to 18 0.8 times 1000. So I'm just going to use the calculator. Multiply by 1000. This will be 18,800. 18,800 centimeter and then cube. Okay. So now we know the full and we know what is this currently filled. So we know the three. So three wooden blocks is equal to 25110 minus 1882880. Okay, so 25110 minus 1880, 18,800. Okay, 63 6,310. 6,310. That's what you see over here. Okay, but we're missing one more thing, the overflown over here. So that means we also need to add plus 620. 620 no scope. Okay, I don't know why I say that, but yeah. Okay, 620. All right, so now in this case over here, 6310, 6310 plus 620, 6930. Okay, 6930 centimeter cube. So oops, centimeter cube. Okay, so one wooden block is equal to 6930 divided by 3. This will gives out 2310. Okay, you can use the calculator as well. Okay, so that's the answer, 2310 centimeter cube. So what's the volume? I'm gonna put centimeter cube over here. Hue. All right, so let's move on to question number 16. Okay, so Sunitha had a sum of money. She spent two-thirds of it on a television set, half of her remaining money on a washing machine, and another $52 on a coffee table. I'm like fed up. All right, so she had half of her money left. What fraction of her money did she spend on the washing machine? Give your answer in the simplest form. So for this is what I call a remainder concept. Using the I'm gonna use the branching method. Okay. All right. So in this case over here, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write down here as money. Okay. And then in here she spent two-thirds on television. Television. Okay. And then she also spent. She has the remaining. Right. So I say we have remaining. Okay. So money. I'm gonna have the arrow point to both of this. So the money will go to two-thirds. Gonna use this instead. Same goes to the money to the remaining. Okay. Right. So what is the remaining? Remaining. Let's go to whoops. What fraction of our money? Okay. Remaining is equal to 1 minus 2 over 3. It's equal to 1 over 3. Okay. So remaining is 1 over 3 for the remaining. Okay, so once we know the remaining, the next part is half of her remaining money on a washing machine. Okay, so half on this is a washing machine and another one on $52. Okay, so I'm just gonna concentrate on the washing machine because the question asks what fraction of money she spent on the washing machine. She say half of remaining. So in essence, washing machine is basically one half times one third. Okay, and the answer is 1 over 6. And that's it. 1 over 6 of the total money she spent on the washing machine. Okay, so how much money did she have at first for part B? All right, so we continue from this, from the remaining, cause we want to know how much money she have at first. A lot, more than me. I don't know, maybe. Sad life. Okay, so in this case, we're gonna add in $52, 52 as the coffee table. So I don't really drink coffee that much, but everyone has their own choice, I guess. And then lastly, we are left with half, 112. 112 of 112 of left, okay, left, in this case over here. So we are left with 112 of the whole money after after everything here. Okay, so 112 left. It's not under the remaining, so I'm just gonna put it like this. Okay, so in this case, how much money did she have at first? So we know that 1 over 12 uh, left, oops, left is equal to 1 over 12 of total money. So that means 12 total is equal to 12 units. Okay, so we know one third is the remaining. So remaining is equal to, remaining. So left is 1 unit. Okay, so in this case over here, all right, and then 112. I'm gonna put an arrow here also lah. 112 is of whole money left. Okay, something like this. Okay, so left is 1 unit. We know that. Then we also know the remaining. So remaining is equal to 1 over 3 times 12 is equal to 4 units. Okay, then we also know that the washing machine. So washing machine is equal to, in this case, 1 over 6. 1 over 6 multiplied by 12. This is 2 units. Okay, so that means what is the coffee table over here? Right, coffee. Right, so remaining is equal to washing machine plus, right, in this case, washing machine plus left plus coffee table. So that means coffee table, double F, is equal to remaining minus washing. I'm gonna put this at all the side over here. Okay, washing machine minus left. Okay, so that means remaining is 4 units. Washing machine is 2 units, and left is 1 unit. Okay, so that means this will become 4 minus 2 minus 1 unit. So 1 unit is equal to $52, right? 52, then total is 12 units equal to 12 times 52, and this will give us, let's use our handy dandy calculator. Here you see that, I think you saw the answer, $624. $624. There you go. So that's the answer. Oops, whoop, yep. There you go. Okay. Right. Okay. That means toot toot. All right. Okay. So let's move on. All right. So let's move on to the last question. Question 17. Mingang used black and white triangles to form some patterns. Right. So the first 4 patterns are shown below. Ignore the pattern most of the time lah. Yeah lah. Okay, so from here we have 136, 136, 149, 16. Okay. Okay, so what we can do is what do we do here, right? So number of this is 0 plus 1, 1 plus 2, then 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6. So 6 plus 4, this is 10. Okay, so there you go. Then 1 plus 3, same thing, right? So 6 plus 4, this is 15. Right, so 1, 2, so let me see if I can do this, right? So from 0 to 1, okay, is there something that I can bend? Cannot. Okay, I know why. Right, so I'm just gonna quickly do this. So from 0 to 1 is plus 1. Who really cannot see? Okay. Right, and then after that, for this is then plus 2. Wait, plus 2, and then this is plus 3. Whew, plus 3. Okay, from here to here. Okay, and then I think you know where this goes, right? So you have plus 3, and then lastly this is plus 4. Right, so over here, from 6 to this is plus 4. Same goes to all of these different numbers. But since it's already jump started, we don't need plus 1 anymore because it starts with 1. So that means this is plus 5. Okay, it's just one more. That's what we see over here. So this is plus 5, 15. What about this total number? So you just plus together 10 plus 5. This will be 25. Okay, in this case over here. So it's basically this whole row plus lah. Okay, like this, yellow, orange, sure. Then you have, okay, wait. Actually, the easiest is just to give the equation here. So 10 plus 15 equal to 25. Okay, so now next one is, what is the total number of triangles needed to form pattern? 43. Total number of triangles needed to form pattern 43. So pattern 1 is equal to 1, right? And so I think if you've done enough pattern questions, right, this is basically, okay, I'm just gonna show like 9, oops, 3 is equal to 9, and then pattern 4 is 16. So what is this? Basically it's the same as 1 times 1, okay, right? And then this is, wait, this is equal to 2 times 2 is equal to 3 times 3, and then it's equal to 4 times 4. Okay, so essentially this is the pattern. So I'll put a dot dot dot, right? So I think from here, I think, can I do this? Okay, I can't. So let me just quickly, okay, actually I can do, wait, hold up. Let me quickly do this. Okay, so now you know the pattern. So from here, I think we know lah. Pattern 43 is basically, we don't times 5. 43 is 43 times 43. 43. And what would this give us? So this will give us 43 multiplied by 43, 1849. So that's the answer, 1849. Okay, so 1849 is the answer. Not pattern 3, pattern 43. Okay, so next one. All right, part C. How many white triangles are needed to form pattern 67? So if I were to copy and paste the pattern, it would look something like this, right? So essentially we have 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 equal to, in this case, 6. Okay, so how we get 6 is basically for pattern 4, we just have 3 plus 1 and 2. Okay, so in this case, for pattern, I'm going to write this over here. So pattern 67, right? 67 is equal to 0 plus 1 plus 2 dot 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 plus 65 plus 66, like this. Okay, so okay, this is what we want over here, right? So gonna put a line. So we know from pattern 4 over here that we to ignore the 0 essentially. Okay, so 2 plus 1 3, so that means for this case 67, we just want to have 66 plus 67 lah. Okay, so in this case I'll draw the arrow from 1 to 66 like this, right? So we plus, and then from 1 to 65 is this as well, we plus, whoops. So the total we want is 67. So one pair is equal to 67 still. So okay, then that means number of pairs, okay, in this case is equal to, so we just minus 1, all right, because we don't have the 0. 67 minus 1 equal to 66. Wait, yeah, so 67 minus 1, okay, bracket, and then divide by 2. Okay, this is important. Okay, so divide by 2. This will give us 33. So total will be 67 multiplied by 33. Okay, what will this give us? Let's go to our calculator. 67 multiplied by 33. This gives you 2211. So that's the answer, 2211. Okay, so that's about it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more of this kind of videos, subscribe down below and comment down what things you want me to go through next. See you in the next one. Bye bye.